Good morning. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take a digital resource such as a PDF and convert it into a quick Canvas quiz using AI features. So first off, we're going to need, whoops, wrong desktop. We're going to need our digital resource. So this is a PDF of one of the chapters from my architecture textbook. The first thing I need to do is make this document readable. I'm going to do this using Adobe Acrobat. ChatGPT can do this, but I've found it's not nearly as accurate at this point, although that'll probably get better in the future. So what I need to do is click on All Tools over here and come down to Scan and OCR, and then I use Enhanced File, and I'm going to choose All Pages, Recognize Text, and click Enhance. And it's going to run through each page, and it's going to recognize the text in my chapter pieces here and make it so that I have a searchable file. Now that that's done, if I come back here and look at it, this is all text that I can select now. I'm going to save this, and then I can close Acrobat. My next step is going to go to ChatGPT. So I started a new chat, and I'm going to enter this prompt in my message. It says, I'm going to upload a PDF. Please digest the information into a database that questions can be made from for a test and a guided notes worksheet with answers. And so that can be created. Then I'm going to click on the attach file, upload from computer, not pay attention to how messy my downloads folder is, and then go find my PDF file. And once that finishes uploading real quick, I'm going to click enter on ChatGPT, and it's going to create some information. So it starts off by creating all of this, and we'll let that run real quick. All right, so at this point, now that that's finished, I would go through here and scan the text to make sure it hasn't hallucinated, put any wrong information in. It shouldn't have. It's taking it all from your PDF, but you never can tell with ChatGPT. So once that part is complete, let's see here. Mine, sometimes it'll ask you if it wants to create both pieces. So, because in the prompt I'd said questions for a test and then a guided worksheet. Sometimes it'll ask you if it wants to create both. If you aren't happy with the results it gives you at this point, just modify your prompt and you should be able to get there eventually. Okay, so at this point you can take your guided notes and copy them to a document if you want to give them to your students directly. I, however, would like to turn this into a quiz. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this big old prompt that is also available in the description below, and I'm going to paste it in. Now, the prompt says, create a 40 random multiple choice questions, multiple response, true, false, and have them worth 1 point each. The topic should be on the uploaded PDF, and the information for it should be for an intro to high school architecture course. Below that, so that part is the one you're going to modify for your class. So you can have different questions made, you can do different question types, change the point value, and then also change what course it's for. The part below that is the part that we don't want to mess with. The format the quiz into a table all the way through, you can have 2 or more. That basically creates the format that we're going to need in order to create the quiz. So I'm going to press enter on this, and it's going to take a few seconds to run through and create this. And we'll be back when that's done. All right, so it has completed creating our questions. I have multiple choice questions. I have true false questions. I have multiple response questions. I now need to go through this and make sure that, again, ChatGPT hasn't hallucinated and that the answers that it's giving are viable and that your incorrect answers are the very least, mostly attractive distractors. But now that I have this done, we need to figure out how to get this in Canvas, and it's really easy to do. So I'm going to come into my Google Drive, and I am going to create a new Google Sheets file. And I'm going to name this Chapter 28 Quiz. Been having some weirdness with Google Sheets lately where it does that. I don't know why. Either way, now that I have this created, I'm going to come back into ChatGPT and I'm going to copy the table, but I'm not going to copy the headers. That's kind of important. If you do copy the header, you can delete that later. But if you put the header in, the whole process fails for some reason. So I'm back into my Google Sheets file. I pasted that in by pressing Control Shift and V, so it put the information in, but no formatting, essentially. And this is all that I need. At this point, I need to go to File, Download as a comma-separated values, a CSV file. That has been downloaded. And now we have to get that into a format that Canvas can import as a quiz. To do that, we're going to use a K-State developed website called Classic to Canvas QTI 2.0 Converter. Again, link will be in the description below. So this takes a CSV file and it converts it into a Canvas quiz file or a Canvas data file. I'm going to choose Files. I have my CSV right here that I just downloaded, and I'm going to click Perform Conversion. And almost immediately it's done, and it has downloaded a zip file that has my QTI in it. I don't have to unzip that. Now I just go to Canvas, go to Settings, choose Import Course Content. Our content type is a QTI zip file, which we now select. I tend to create a new question bank for every quiz. It just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to call this one Chapter 28 because that's what it is. And I'm not going to import them as new quizzes simply because there's no feature of the new quiz that we're going to use for this. So I'm going to click Import now. And it's going to upload my file, and it's going to sit here in queue until Canvas has enough bandwidth to complete it, and it just did. So now if I go into my quizzes, I can see a bright and shiny new Chapter 28 quiz sheet 1. Now I could stop there. I could give this to my students, and they would get 40 questions that they would need to answer. Honestly, in the past, I have turned this into a graded survey and given it to them as a different way to do guided notes. But if I want this to be a quiz and I want it to not be 40 questions, but something they can get random questions drawn for, I'm going to make a new quiz. I'm going to stick with classic quizzes because none of the features of new quizzes I need. Click Submit. This is going to be Chapter 28. I'll come through and do this later. I'm going to come over to Questions. I'm going to choose Find Questions. And I've chosen our Chapter 28 quiz. I'm going to, see here, if I remember right, go to Create Group. It's going to be Chapter 28. I want there to be 10 questions, and I want each quiz or question to be worth 2 points. Now when I click Create Group, and I choose Add Questions, I now have a randomly drawn set of questions that are worth 2 points each and that are drawn from the 40 questions available from our endpoint. I can now click Save and Publish, and my students have a 10-question quiz over the material. Again, the most important part of all of this is to go through and make sure that ChatGPT hasn't hallucinated and given wrong information anywhere. But I hope this has helped you out, and if you have any questions, just let me know.